Hello, friends and family. Welcome to Cicely Verdani, your home for spiritual insight and entertainment. My name is Courtney of Cicely Verdani. Today we're getting into a delectable reading entitled, How Are You Being Perceived? We have three lovely options. Pile number 1 with the carnelian pyramid. Pile number 2 with this cracked wand, crystal wand. I think that's like green aventurine. This is maybe red jasper, and this middle one is citrine, something like that. And then this selenite wand. Go ahead and pick the pile that speaks to you the most. Make sure to like this video, comment down below, let me know how it resonates. Let me know if you'd like to enter to win a free reading. Let's get right into it. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the carnelian pyramid, here's your reading, your delectable reading, entitled, How Are People Viewing You? Make sure to like, comment down below if you'd like to enter to win a chance for a free reading once we hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get right into it. All right, how are people viewing my pile number 1s? 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 How are people viewing my pile? Wow, pile number 1. So people are viewing you as very wealthy, generous, collaborative, a really good person to be connected to. I'm getting a warning just right off the bat that either maybe people see you as being a bit guarded because you've been hurt in the past by people you've been connected with. And maybe you're kind of making time for just your close loved ones now instead. So you're not as collaborative and into connection as you once were. People are seeing that. Yeah, people feel like you're closed off from them, but they regret not getting closer to you when they had the opportunity. They see you as an ideal partner, an ideal person to work for or collaborate with, but they feel like you just don't have time or energy for them. You have 4 of Swords in both of these decks. So some of you, they feel like you may have ghosted them, but you don't seem like the personality type that would ghost. They feel like you offered them a lot, either monetarily, energetically, opportunity-wise. You were loyal, but you don't have any of that energy for them anymore. And we have the 2 of Wands in either deck. What's the 2 of Wands telling us here? Yeah, that time that you had to plan and collaborate and connect and create and build something together is long gone with this Tower card. And they see you from afar building things with people that you love and trust, and who trust you and rely on you, who feel safe to rely on you. They see you as the emperor, whether you're male or female. I see a very masculine provider type of consistent kind of archetype. You can be a female character here, but they felt like you were more in your feminine energy in the past because you were always giving of yourself, and now this more composed kind of closed off energy. This is your way of like expressing your masculine energy, creating boundaries and barriers to protect yourself and the things you love and the things you've built. And they know that it's like for the best. Like they know it's authentic. It's like it's coming from the right place with you. How are people viewing my pile number ones? How are people viewing my pile number ones? Please clarify. 9 of Cups. How are people viewing my pile number ones? This is more, okay, this next part is more about them than it is you. Please clarify. A Princess of Pentacles. Please clarify. 10 of Wands. They see that in the past they were in a I got charlatan energy with you. Like they were trying to like get over on you. They were trying to kind of have their cake and eat it. They were in a deceptive energy, or maybe even just a lazy energy. Like they didn't want to contribute as much as you were contributing. And they see there was a Tower moment. We also have the Tower moment, either deck. Because they used to see you as this Page of Pentacles. Now you're this King of Pentacles. Now you're this 10 of Pentacles. Now you're this 6 of Pentacles. And you were always the 6 of Pentacles to them. However, they saw you as having less than you actually have to offer, or they just didn't respect what you had to offer, and now they're stuck with the burden and the weight. Like I'm getting, when a heart breaks, no it don't break even. And so they feel like they got the short end of the stick when it comes to this heartbreak over you, and they just see you moving on, setting boundaries. But for some reason, they also feel defensive, even though they know the truth. They don't want to admit it to themselves, but they really have to kind of, that's the only way that they're going to like overcome. I see that they can move forward. I know it's not about them, but it's just that they see you moving forward. It's really inspiring, and they understand the qualities. Like this person has some sense of awareness. Like they understand what it took for you to move forward in the way that you did, but something in them is like blocked off. And I feel like some of them are just healing over you. And yeah, it's like it broke their heart open. Whatever happened between you broke their heart open because their heart was so closed off, and they just were in this their own little like cage, their own little optical delusion. I think that's from like an Einstein quote where he says like humans are in their own like delusion of being disconnected when we're actually all like connected, even like on a scientific plane. So it's like they were in their own little delusion of being disconnected and closed off. And once you took your energy away, it finally opened their heart in the way that you needed it to be open when you guys were connected. Okay. And so all in all, what is the most important thing that my pile number one needs to know for their highest good about what the person on their mind, how they're viewing them? How is the person on their mind viewing them? What do they need to know? What does pile number one need to know for their highest good? Please clarify. 3 of Swords. Have compassion for this person, because however much you felt hurt by this situation in the past, they feel like 10 times more regret and remorse for it. But ultimately it was to bring you both to your highest divine path. It was a learning lesson, and it was never meant to like grow beyond the level that it did. Please clarify. Unity. But continue to be forthright in your actions and your behaviors and how you show up in the world, because this is bringing you this ultimate success. And I know it's made you feel like you were prey in the past, but ultimately the predator in the situation, or the like shortcomings, or the things that felt, the people, even the people who were bad actors in your life, if you reflect on it with gratitude for where you are now, you will see that you couldn't have gotten here without them. And that sometimes it's okay to kind of not lash out. That's what I'm hearing though. But if you have lashed out in the past, don't be too hard on yourself, because sometimes it's okay to defend yourself, and you're the kind of person that had to be pushed to your literal ends, like last nerve, or like pushed past your limits in order to get to this place to where you could have this discernment of duality, that not everybody is as generous as you. Not everybody has your best interest at heart. So it had to happen that way. And what is, please clarify, Eight of Wands, what does my pile number one need to know? For their highest and greatest good. Yeah, have fun. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't, you're going into this, you can open yourself back up again, because you've developed healthy defense mechanisms now, that you won't be in those kinds of situations again. You've been transformed. And so, take your time and do it as you feel called to, but don't be afraid to reconnect and speak your mind. Not necessarily reconnect, but to connect with new people and speak your mind, because there's so much that you have to give. You're so talented, you're so capable, you're so intelligent, and you're such a positive presence and strong presence and stable presence in the lives of those around you. And you don't want to deprive yourself and others of the ability to connect. So make sure you see the past for what it is, but don't let it hinder you from moving forward. You're undergoing this transformation really naturally, and those close people in your life, those loved ones, the people that you trust and that trust you, they are the key to you healing, to integrating the lessons from the past with newfound confidence, because now you have that healthy foundation. You were trying to invite these people who are viewing you into that foundation, and they just weren't meant to be, but you have found those people now. And so you don't have to be afraid, because you have that foundation of love in your life, and so you can go out into the world and be freely. That is my message for you, pile number one. It was so beautiful and lovely to read your cards today. I cannot wait to see you and hear from you next time. Have a great day. Goodbye. Hi, pile two. If you chose the chipped rainbow wand, this is your reading for how people are viewing you. Don't forget to like, comment down below if you'd like a chance to enter to win a free reading once we hit 1,000 subscribers here. So grateful to have you. Let's get right into it. All right. How are they viewing my pile number twos? One card at a time, please. How are they viewing my pile number twos? How are they viewing my pile number twos? How are they viewing my pile number twos? How are my pile number twos being viewed? How are they viewing my pile number twos? How are my pile number twos being viewed? How are my pile number twos being viewed? Okay, pile two. I'm just reading what I have here. If it doesn't resonate, go ahead and choose another pile, find another reading. But people feel like you're at war with yourself about something. People are viewing you as being at war with yourself. They see that you're really working hard and diligently, but it's kind of like you're going through, maybe some of you are going through like your Saturn's return, or there's just some like heavy energy that's making it difficult for you to move forward quickly. But they see that you are putting in the efforts every single day. You're showing up for others, but they can tell that there's this vacancy within you. So they feel like you're not really into it as much. And it's just a matter of this conflict that you've been pushing down and trying to hold inside. But you're not letting it bring you down, because you see that there's like an end in sight. They realize people view you like your circumstances may not have been ideal in the past, but they're promising in the future. And so they see you working hard, and they know that you're kind of struggling through it. And they know that it's for good reason. And I'm just getting that this is kind of protecting you, like this energy of being downtrodden or finding it difficult to move forward is protecting you from evil eye. It's protecting you from people being jealous and trying to nip your progress in the bud. Even though I see that everyone sees you as successful, like extremely successful, but that it's not fully manifested yet, or even if it is, you're going through like a difficult time with it. And people feel like you need a resurgence or a revival, maybe a vacation, but you need to revive your passion for whatever it is that you're doing. Somehow people can notice that. Maybe it's a specific person. How are my pile number 2s being viewed? How are my pile 2s being viewed? Plans. You're making plans. So things are difficult right now, but you have plans. How are people viewing my pile number 2s? There's like this waiting period between what you're planning and actually being able to take action. But you're tough. Like, you're really tough. Resiliency. Please clarify 2 of Wands. People are viewing you as resilient. Let's clarify 5 of Pentacles. And it doesn't matter, like, if things don't go exactly the way you plan them. Like, you actually, people see you as being able to thrive in unusual circumstances or unfavorable circumstances. You actually are so resourceful that you make lemons out of lemonade and you come to life. And it's almost like you find more, like you get bored easily because you are so intelligent and skilled and crafty. So people feel like, maybe another thing is maybe you feel so burdened because you're bored, because you're not, whatever you're doing right now is not, what's the word, like, stimulating enough. Please clarify the Chariot. How are people viewing my pile number 2s? They know that you're going to be taking actions into the future, but they feel like you're blocking yourself off somehow. Maybe they feel like you have like more freedom available to you than you realize, or you're missing the forest for the trees, because they feel like maybe you don't see like how really incredible, like your trajectory and your, what's the word, like the outlook, your outlook is in life. So they feel like you have something of a misperception of your outlook because you're not stimulated enough. Your work is not, or whatever you're doing like on a regular basis, you feel bored. If it's feeling monotonous at the moment. All right. So what is the highest divine truth, wisdom, clarity, and insight that my pile needs to know about how they're being viewed? What does my pile number 1 need to know about how they're being viewed? What is the highest divine truth that my pile 2 needs to know about how they're being viewed? People don't understand, like, people see you as being a lot more mundane and monotonous and like dense than you really are. Not dense as in unintelligent, but dense as in like debonair, like just blah, just like normal, like average. People see you as being more average than you really are. But they don't realize how vast your inner world is, and they know that you have a positive future that you're working towards and looking towards, but they just don't know how kind of magical and intricate it is. They think that you're making plans on a mental plane, but you're making plans on a metaphysical plane. So you're really manifesting, and there's a process that incorporates yourself holistically when you're trying to manifest something. It's not just, okay, I make the plans, I take the actions. It's like plans, actions, but also you have to get your heart right. You have to get your like this, you have to understand the subtleties of your mind. So where people see you dragging your feet or being stuck, you're actually just taking your time to really like move through things. And you feel things more deeply than a lot of people do. So you're working through like just your average everyday occurrences, like, but it's not boring. Like, life is not dull because you always have that work to do, and you actually find so much pleasure and joy just delving into those day-to-day tasks. Like, even just like, for example, going to the gym, like, it's a spiritual experience for you. So, and that is a way to transmute it if sometimes you lose sight of it. Please clarify the Lovers. How are my pile number 2s being viewed? Please clarify the Lovers. Yeah, you're being viewed as, even when it gets hard, you always follow your dreams, and you're really lucky for that. And you're kind of a rare gem, delicate flower. And you're seen as being kind of like this like in your own bubble, but people see you having to get out of your comfort zone more and more these days. So this process of people seeing you, like, people never see you for as incredible as you are, I feel like, in this pile, but that's okay, because it's protecting you. Like, it's part of what protects you. Please clarify Champion of Pentacles. Interesting. People know that you're wiser beyond your years. You have this exceptional wisdom about you. People view you that way. You are this dual enigma to people. And so they try to diminish it in their minds because it's overwhelming for them. Please clarify 8 of Swords. And people feel like you're not very They view you as not being very, although there's a lot of competition for you, you like to keep yourself in a cage in terms of like, that's just how I'm seeing it. Like in terms of your relationships. So it's, you know, because this is a very loyal card. Oh, this is like, maybe some of you are getting married, engaged, and people see you as being tied down, or maybe they feel like they are blocked off from connecting with you because you're otherwise engaged. And so that probably influences and has to do with some of this energy that feels like bored or discontent. Maybe they're feeling discontent because they view you as being taken. But some other people may also just view, like, they're like, oh wow, like she or he is a young eligible bachelor or bachelorette. Why are they, you know, why are they trying to like tie themselves down? Like they should, if I were them and I, you know, had their beauty or charm or whatever, like I would leverage that and take my time to find a partner. But yeah, people are seeing you as very innocent in that way. All right, what else is very important to note? Yeah, people, they don't see you clearly. A lot of it is jealousy. They wish that they could be in the position that you're in. So they're like telling themselves things that make it seem like your life isn't as good as it is, or even though they know that you're this like Six of Wands energy, like you're this really accomplished, valiant energy, they're making it out to be as though you're like this caged, like boring kind of energy. But all in all, they know that whenever you're in your shell, you're being the hermit. That's why you're so wise. You're acquiring wisdom and you are meditating and you're learning. And they've seen these cycles enough times now to know that whenever you're ready and whenever you feel inspired, that's when you'll come out again. And they just need to leave you be. Yeah, go you, pile 2. That is all I have for you today. Make sure to like, comment down below. I can't wait to see you next time. Love you. Thank you for being here. Bye. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the selenite wand, this is your reading about how are people currently viewing you. Make sure to like this video, comment down below if you'd like to enter for a chance to win a free reading once we reach 1,000 subscribers. So grateful to have you here. Let's get right into it. All right, pile 3. How are my pile number 3s being viewed? How are my pile number 3s being viewed? Very contemplative. How are my pile number 3s being viewed? 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 Cards falling on the floor. You are dreaming up something new, pile number 3. Maybe you're moving. Please clarify 6 of Pentacles. Some of you are moving. Or moving mountains. Move mountains. Move. Yeah, some of you are overcoming real struggles, boundaries, and barriers in your life, and finding clarity of mind and clarity of kind of your duty, and you're finding ultimate clarity in life because you've chosen to make the hard choices in order to move forward. And you have, like, luck is on your side. And I'll rise up, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. People have seen you get kind of pushed down like multiple times, and it's almost like it never affects you. Like, I don't see any evidence of it. I just sense it. And you have your own things that you deal with, your own struggles, but you deal with it internally. And you never project it out onto other people. And for that, you are rewarded vastly. You keep your heart pure. So whereas other people often feel like go through more cycles of confusion in their life, you don't have to deal with that the same way because you always keep your heart pure. And with this purity of heart, you're able to see clearly. You're able to have clarity about how to fulfill your needs materially, find clarity of mind, and you're able to see love in your life, true love. You know, sometimes if people are not true to themselves, it becomes harder and harder and harder to connect with others. And it seems like, oh, it's this relationship, we're not compatible. Sometimes it's incompatibility, but sometimes it's just a matter of the heart being so muddy, the heart space being so bogged down, and people never having like cleared it out. And so it doesn't matter who they connect with, they can't connect and they can't feel that love deep inside. But you never let yourself, even though I feel like you've been through some things, you've never let yourself get that way. And for some of you, maybe you have. You've been stuck in it, and you were trying to hide your heart. But the thing is you had so much practice of keeping your heart and mind pure that your heart was strong enough to overcome this little bout of illusion that you had. And so now you're moving forward past whatever little bout of confusion, because there was a lot of collective, like, karmic clearing happening like 5 years ago for a few years. And so maybe you had some struggles during that time, but once you overcame it, and you overcame it quickly, and you were able to understand and appreciate how strong you were from within, how impenetrable your spirit is deep down inside. Because maybe it stressed you out and that hurt your mind, but your spirit was still intact once the smoke cleared. And now you recognize how capable you are of sharing that invincible spirit with others. Beautiful. All right. Let's get some more info. How are my pile number ones being viewed? How are my pile, one card at a time, how are my pile ones being viewed? I'm so sorry. Why am I saying pile one? How are my pile threes being viewed at this time? How are my pile threes being viewed at this time? Maybe you want to go watch pile number one as well. How are my pile number threes being viewed at this time? You are someone who's very trustworthy. What you see is what you get. Someone you want to have in your corner. Someone capable of love and intimacy. Please clarify, Princess of Cups. One card at a time, please. Please clarify, Princess of Cups. Please clarify, Ace of Swords. Yeah, someone with, you actually have an impressive speaking ability. Please clarify, Ace of Wands. Your words and your actions are really inspiring, and even though you're very unassuming and you seem small and innocent, this power that you have within you is, you're fearless. People sense that in you, that this person is a powerhouse. Even just by looking at you. Even if you seem young, people might think that you're younger than you are, but they know you're a powerhouse. They can tell you have cultivated some expertise about yourself. And it's this expertise about life itself and when to move on, how to view things. You share that through your words, how to converse and communicate and get your point, how to communicate your mind effectively. This could even be branding and marketing, like how to send your message effectively. And also, you have this destructive force within you, this kind of Ketu, like maybe even Martian energy. This kind of destructive energy, like destruction has its place in the universe, and when there's like an overabundance of something, like an invasive, like for example in nature, an invasive species of plants or animals, like it needs to be mediated so that the whole ecosystem doesn't go off track. So you have this ability to kind of like cut things off in their tracks when they are becoming cancerous to your heart, mind, or that of others. But people feel this in a really big, powerful, energetic way where it's not just affecting you, but it's affecting like, it's sending ripples. It's a ripple effect and it's sending chills down their spine. All right, final messages. What does my pile number 3 need to know about how they're being viewed for their highest good? What does my pile 3 need to know about how they're being viewed for their highest good? Please clarify, 9 of Wands. What does my pile 3 need to know about how they're being viewed for their highest good? Please clarify, Knight of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Whatever you're going through, you know the answers on how to overcome. Apply your principles and techniques. You already know the way. You have practiced it before, and you may not be in the practice of it, like in the swing of your practice, But as soon as you incorporated this kind of heavy energy, like you're right on the precipice, it goes away and the wisdom and clarity take its place and the healing comes. So just know that you're being seen as well. Whenever things feel difficult, whenever it feels like there's no one in your corner, the weight of the world is on your shoulders, or you're constantly in this state of healing and changing, just know people see you. They appreciate you. They respect you. And they think you're really hot in the process. And I know it doesn't really matter. Like, that's not why you do what you do or move through what you move through. But I was just going to share with you like some advice, but the main advice is to practice. Practice your method of tuning in with your own inner guidance, because the answers are right there for you as soon as you tune in. And you will feel this supportive energy moving you through whatever heaviness that you're feeling, and it'll be cathartic. You'll get to like release. So do it, whether it's going to church, whether it's meditating, whether it's doing yoga, whatever it is, do it. That's all I have to say for you, my pile number 3s. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment down below, let me know how it resonated, or if you want to enter to win a chance for a free reading. And I'll see you next time. Bye.